G'day everyone, welcome back to CruiseAway, the only show to reach the holiday hotspots other travel agencies just cannot reach. To prove that, give me half an hour and I'll deliver the world of cruise and stay travel with imagination, variety and plenty of fun on the high seas, courtesy of Virgin Voyages. All of these holidays can be going into your diary by the end of today with just a low deposit and different ways to pay for your trip. We are heading out for Baltic Wonders and Nordic Nights for July in 26, over 19 nights, including a stay in glittering London. We'll also be off to the Caribbean and New York on a quirky 17 nights for March, taking a fascinating journey few have ever seen. First, though, let's bring drama, scenery, and the best of fire and ice together for a multifaceted cruise stay and train combo for August in 2026. Your 16-night adventure starts here in Sydney, checking into the airport and flying off to Seattle in the States for a 2-night hotel stay. Lovely, lovely city, Seattle. There's a real big focus on Seattle at the moment because a lot of Alaskan cruises are going out of Seattle, so it's becoming a very, very popular city indeed. There are hidden underground tunnels under Seattle that you can go and discover as well. There's a tour which takes you through the historic passages with hilarious stories from the city's founders as well. There's the Market Theatre gum wall, which you can go and see. It's a wall entirely covered in chewing gum, or chewed gum, should I say, which makes a lovely mural. Bizarre, worth seeing though, isn't it? Then, after your couple of nights in Seattle, it's time for you to Virgin Voyage on the adults playground that is Brilliant Lady, which is the latest, of course, in the Virgin Voyages fleet. Where you can shake for champagne. It's well worth doing, you know what. What you can do in advance of going on your Virgin Voyage is put a bar tab on your booking, and what that essentially does is it puts an amount of money behind the bar for you to spend as you want to. And one of the ways you can spend it is on the Virgin app. If you have that in your hand when you're on the ship, you fire up the app, shake the app, and then literally order champagne. It's called Shake for Champagne, which is ridiculous. Great thing to do. And a lot of the things that you do on Virgin Voyages are brilliant. It's like someone took all the conventional shackles of everyday life and ordinary holidays and just broke them all free and said, you know what, you do what you want when you want. You do you the way you want to while you're cruising. So all of your dining is included while you're on board Virgin Voyages. I know lots of you have done a Virgin Voyage already. But for those of you who haven't, all of your dining's included. You've got Wi-Fi included right the way through the cruise. You've got a soft drink and soda package already baked into your offer too. Tips, gratuities, those kind of things, all covered when you're on a Virgin Voyage, which is absolutely brilliant. They do fabulous party nights. They don't do a white night, they do a scarlet night, because of course red is the colour for Virgin, so why not do that slightly differently as well. They also have a really fun pyjama party as well, so get your glam PJs out because you'll need those for one of the nights as well. There's kind of no formality going on. Of course, you know, if there's a night or two where you want to dress up, you know, in your finest, absolutely fine. But you think about it, this is all about having great fun, and this part of the world that we're off to is all about discovering, because we're about to cruise Alaska with Virgin, which is really wonderful. It's a lovely contrast. So by day you might be whale watching and glacier watching, and by night you'll be having rave parties and just having great fun and enjoying live music from the DJs, enjoying fabulous theatre entertainment that's very, very different from traditional cruise show entertainment. So let's take our 7 nights then. First day is scenic cruising on the Inside Passage into Ketchikan, where you can go salmon fishing if you like. It's one of the tours. You can be guided by local experts and go salmon fishing, or maybe dog sledding if you fancy it. I really fancy dog sledding. Sitka is next in Alaska. Again, whale watching, a big thing here. You can take a kayak tour to explore the waters around Sitka and spot the whales, the sea otters and other marine life too. Scenic day through Tracy Arm Fjord next into Prince Rupert. Now you can go kayaking in a grizzly bear sanctuary here, which would be quite nice to do, or you can go hiking in the coastal rainforest. Again, beautiful scenery and a nice chance to wander too. A day at sea and we are back into Seattle First, for a one-night hotel stay, because this is very, very much not the end of the holiday. There are many, many more highlights still to come. So you have another night in a hotel in Seattle to discover its wonders. Maybe you met someone on board who did something exciting that you didn't get the chance to when you stayed the first time. You have another night there before the next day you join the Coast Starlight Amtrak train. Now, this is a couple of days train journey from Seattle down to Los Angeles, and you're going first class, everyone, with your own private room, which has its own restroom, sink and shower. All your meals are included. You've got a first class attendant dedicated to the coach to turn down for you. So by day, your little bedroom is seating, and then it's transformed into a bedroom of the evening. There's fresh air breaks every few hours so you can get out and stretch your legs as well. And right at the end of the journey, as you go right the way down the coast, you will end up in Los Angeles. I mean, amazing. How good is this? And now we've got 2 nights in a hotel in LA to enjoy the wonders of this city. And that might be one of those trolley bus tours there. It might be doing a little bit of roller coastering and sea parking while you're there. It might just be relaxing on a wonderful beach and just enjoying the lovely vibe in this part of America, which is wonderful. And you'll have 2 nights there. A little trip down Sunset Boulevard maybe before you then fly back to Sydney. I think this is just so good. Really, really nice. Nice mix of travel. Lots going on in this one. So flying out to Seattle, your couple of nights there, your 7-night cruise on Brilliant Lady with Virgin through Alaska. Lots of scenic cruising there for you as well. Another night in a hotel in Seattle at the end of the cruise. You got a couple of days first class on the Starlight Amtrak down the West Coast, down to LA, and then your couple of nights in LA and your flight back to Sydney. Oh my word, it's dizzying, this offer, isn't it? It's brilliant. I just love this. This really is, to me, this really is travel. It's almost like this is my equivalent, you know, at the grand old age of 27 plus taxes, roughly speaking. This feels like I'm backpacking a lone adventure. It feels that big an adventure, because this is trains, planes and automobiles all in one, isn't it? This is for August in 2026. You can book it today with a deposit, and it's 16 nights all told. Flying first, of course, so your flight from Sydney to Seattle included, 2 nights in a hotel there included, your Brilliant Lady Virgin Voyage 7-night Alaska cruise included, with so much value packed into that already. You've got dining and Wi-Fi, soft drinks, fitness classes and so much more included. A 1-night hotel stay in Seattle at the back end of the cruise. Then you've got the couple of days Amtrak train journey down from Seattle to Los Angeles, which is wonderful. Your own bedroom with all the home comforts there for you, meals included and amazing scenery. Arrive at the end of that journey into Los Angeles, have another 2 nights there in a hotel, and then the flight back to Sydney. Before I put the price on the screen, what do you think it is? What do you think it will be? Because I was totting up all the things as I was going along, and I certainly didn't come up with this price tag. Have a look at this. This is awesome. This is CruiseAway. This is what we do. This is what we do. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks of the year. Put together deals like this. I can't believe we're doing so many different things, and we're doing it in just over 2 weeks as well. I mean, like, that's a lot to squeeze in to 16 nights, and that's a lot to squeeze in to that price tag there. Remember, a deposit today will secure that price tag and lock it in. Once it's locked in, that's it, can't move. Here's the overview and the upgrades if you want to upgrade for the Alaskan cruise part of this with Virgin Voyages, of course. On the newest of their ships, they only have 4 ships. You're on the brand new one, the Brilliant Lady. And this is incredible. Oh yeah, in terms of dining as well, by the way, when you're on board, and we'll be back on the ships in just a moment to talk about that, but 20 plus different choices when it comes to dining, and you can be as flexible as you want to. You can go fine dining, you can go grab and go dining, lots and lots of different options. I'll go through those in just a moment for you as we go on another one of the Virgin ships. But this is such an amazing deal with so much packed into it. Honestly, don't delay. That will be really, really popular. 1300 411 968 is our number, toll free. If you have any questions whatsoever about that, please don't sit and wonder. Not with a deal that good in front of you. call the team, talk to us right now, 1300 411 968. It's an incredible offer. It's a lot of holiday. It's a very exciting holiday as well, with lots of variation. You're never going to get bored on a holiday like that, are you? Because you're always doing something different. I love it. Can I come with you? Oh, please. I'll only take up a little corner of one of your suitcases, I promise. Anyway, for now, why do you think about that, whether you're taking me or not? Let's go for another adventure. And we are heading for Baltic Wonders and Nordic Nights now for July in 2026 on a 19-night dream away to Northern Europe. This is fascinating as well. We'll fly you first from Sydney over to London for 3 nights in a hotel there. And it is summertime in gorgeous London, the heart of the UK, of course. It's where it all happens. It's where you can travel the fabulous tube system, which gets you around London very, very easily, or you jump on a water taxi or one of the water buses, you jump in an Uber, you dash around the city, you do all the museums, you go shopping in Carnaby Street, you go out to the West End of an evening and go and enjoy fabulous shows. You go and see all the sights along the Thames, like Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament. I mean, it's just wonderful. And London, of course, is always full of cranes and ever changing. Oh, make sure you get on the London Eye. It's really, really good. Now, from London, we head down to Portsmouth on the south coast of the UK, and that is where we will be Virgin Voyaging from. And we're on board Valiant Lady this time from Virgin Voyages. Now, all 4 ships are pretty much identikits of each other, which is great. So when I talk about one, take as read that that feature or that restaurant or that thing will be on all of the ships. You're seeing some of the dining here. Now, this is what I'm talking about in terms of being able to choose and pick as you want to. If you just fancy a taco or a burger or a bento box, or, you know, just something grab and go, quick and easy, you can at any time during the day. It's really, really lovely. You go down to the galley and the galley has lots and lots of different kind of stalls which all do different types of food. Now, if you want the full sit-down experience, of course, there are restaurants like Razzle Dazzle where you can sit down and have the full shebang. There's also a Korean barbecue there where you sit round a table, you know, together, maybe 6 or 8 of you around a table, and you all have a flameless grill in the middle of the table and you kind of all cook together, which is a really lovely thing to do. Did I mention, by the way, and you might know this already, you might have been on a Virgin voyage already, but if you decide to go for what we traditionally in the cruise industry call a balcony upgrade, well, with Virgin, it's a little bit different. First of all, they call it a sea terrace, and why not? But they also call us sailors rather than guests, which I think is quite nice. But if you go for the balcony, the sea terrace, not only does it have table and chairs out there, but you've got a swinging hammock out there as well, which would be rather nice and rather fun. Only one of you can go in though, one at a time. You've got fabulous pools to enjoy because we're looking at a little bit slightly more of a scenic cruise with this one, with the Baltic Wonders and Nordic Nights this one. But still chance, it's summertime in this part of the world. You get some very, very nice warm days there. There's lots to do on board during the day, by the way. If you are on a sea day and you're looking for things to do, there's wonderful activities and entertainments and lively things that I don't want to spoil all of it. I don't want to tell you everything that happens. I want to leave some surprises, and there will be lots of them around every corner on a Virgin voyage as well. So let's start our cruise then. It's 2 weeks of cruising, which I always think is really, really nice. You know, we've travelled a long way. We've had our few nights in London. Now it's time to chill out a little bit as we cruise, because it's all about the scenery and the places. So the first day's at sea, and then we're in Hamburg in Germany. And the port itself is really, really spectacular, actually. It's very, very nice indeed. It has the big concert hall there, St. Peter's Church. They've got a V&A there, Museum of Crafts and Arts. Lots to do and see. Next, we have a day at sea over to Copenhagen in Denmark, the capital, of course. Stroll along the canal here, take in the markets, see the old sailing ships there in the harbour. There's the Christiansborg Palace as well, which is the National Museum. So again, lots to explore there on a tour or on your own. Next, we're in Stockholm. I have to say, I've got a list of about 15 different things I can suggest here. I know that for me, the number one thing would be going to the ABBA Museum, where you can sing along with ABBA. That would be wonderful to do. I would definitely want to do that. And the sail in and out of Stockholm is spectacular. Next, we are heading over to Tallinn in Estonia. I love Tallinn. I love thinking about it right now. I keep seeing it on Day of the Jackal. If you're watching that miniseries right now, it's on. Tallinn's featured quite a lot in that. Looks wonderful. It's a lovely medieval town, but lots to do and see. sea. 2 days at sea, we are in Norway, into Oslo, the capital, of course. The Munch Museum is here with around half of his paintings are actually in one museum here. There's a museum of modern art with Warhol, Damien Hirst and more on show. So a spectacular city to go and wander and explore. A couple of days at sea, and then we come back into Portsmouth on the south coast of the UK, and we will fly back from London back to Sydney. London calling. This is lovely. Again, this is a really, really nice affair where you've got that brilliant balance of holiday. You know, you're getting the long bit of the trip out first, all the way over to London, but then you've got 3 nights in a hotel there before you do your cruise. And I love the cruise we saw just there on the itinerary. There are nice sea days in between those capital cities and places as well, so it's really nicely paced. It feels like a really leisurely opportunity to enjoy the cruise ship because there's so much there to do, and to enjoy those fabulous and fascinating destinations as well. So, if you like the look of this one, a deposit today will lock in the price for you, and this is your chance to sail Virgin in Northern Europe in 2026. Included in our Dream Away package, your flights to and from London, 3 nights in a hotel there, and then 2 weeks of Valiant Lady cruising with Virgin to and from Portsmouth. And remember, included in that is all of your dining, 20 plus different dining options right the way through the cruise included. You've got Wi-Fi included. You've got many other things that are part of that Virgin voyage as well. All you need now is a price tag, don't you? Low one, please. Good as you can. Squeeze every dollar. There we go. 6,499 per person. Amazing, isn't it? I mean, we're talking about the other side of the world here, and we're talking about a good chunk of holiday too. 3 nights in London. Of course, we can always add more nights in London. Let's say you want a week in London before you go cruising. Let's say at the end of that, instead of flying back from London straight to Sydney, maybe we'll stop off somewhere else on the way. I'm thinking maybe Dubai or Singapore or wherever you like. Wherever you like. Maybe you want to go to New York after London. Why not? The world is your oyster. Here's the upgrade prices, by the way, for this offer as it is. So this offer, of course, flies you over from Sydney to London, 3 nights there in a hotel in London, 2 weeks of cruising on Valiant Lady out of Portsmouth, in and out of the UK to those wonderful destinations in the Baltics and up in Norway, of course. And then, of course, your flight back to Sydney when you finish the cruise. 1300 411 968 if you like the look of that one. It's a really, really interesting and fascinating trip. Lots of people like exploring this part of the world because, you know, Europe's cities are just so diverse and interesting, aren't they? There's so much to see. So much history to take in, so many wonderful buildings, architecture and ways of travelling as well. It's fascinating. So if you want and you are interested, call now 1300 411 968 as we take another fantastic Virgin voyage next to a very, very different area. And this is really fascinating. I love this. Now, the title of this offer is Tortola, Charleston, Newport and more. And when I first saw it, I thought, Charleston, I've heard of a dance. And the others, I'm not sure I'm massively familiar with, but wait and see where we're going on this, because this offer also includes a stay in New York. Now, we've definitely heard of that. 17 nights in all, starts on the 25th of March in 2026, and we fly first from Sydney, not to New York, not to Charleston, but to the Caribbean, to San Juan in Puerto Rico. We've got a 3-night hotel stay here. This, honestly, when I went through this offer, I was like, wow, this is dizzying. This is going here, there, and blooming everywhere. So we're off to San Juan in Puerto Rico. We're in the heart of the Caribbean here, of course. It's a wonderful place, and old really does meet new here in San Juan. It's beautiful. You can relax at Condado Beach and enjoy the sun and the sand at one of the most popular beaches in Puerto Rico. It's a really lovely upscale neighborhood there as well. There's shopping galore down the Calle Loaiza, which is very lively, full of shops and restaurants and street vendors selling local crafts and more. So after 3 nights in the Caribbean in San Juan, it's time for you to cruise. And we are cruising Valiant Lady from Virgin Voyages. Beautiful, beautiful ships. I love this fleet. I think it's brilliant. Virgin came into the cruising world. I can't believe that they've never done, I mean, they've done the airline, they've done gyms, they've done everything else, they've done records, and they've only just come into the cruising industry in 2020. And boy, are they taking the cruising world by storm, because I'll tell you why. First of all, I think a lot of people thought, okay, well, if Virgin are cruising, then it must be for the 20-somethings and that's it. So if I'm 30 and above, it's not for me. Absolute rubbish. It is for cruisers of all ages. People who have been cruising with the same cruise line again and again, year after year after year, have gone onto a Virgin voyage and they've said, you know what, this is different. I like this. I like its freedom. I like the fact that it's adults only. I like the fact that there's so much included. There's not that nickel and diming going on. I'm not forever getting the cruise card out for something to be charged. You know, there is so much included in your fare and so much fun. And of course, a team on board, you know, if you've ever flown Virgin Atlantic, if you've ever been to one of their gyms, if you've ever interacted with a member of a Virgin team, wherever you are around the world, you know they're all about freedom and fun and expression and about just being themselves. And actually, when you're on a holiday like this, you want as little formality as you can possibly have. I mean, at the end of the day, you want a nice, relaxing holiday where there are no stresses, where everyone's happy, where you're having a good time because you're on holiday and you deserve it and you've worked hard for it. So you just want it to be as carefree and as happy as it can possibly be. Virgin really will make you very, very happy indeed. You should see their entertainment shows as well. They're wild, they're crazy. They're brilliant. They're absolutely amazing. There are very quiet spaces on the ship, by the way, so don't think you can't escape from it all and just have a quiet, chilled time. There are quieter bars and lounges and whatever. But if you like a party, Virgin like a party as well. Because, of course, you know, music is in their soul as a company and it really comes to life on the sea. So remember, we're in the Caribbean. We're sailing out of San Juan in Puerto Rico, and our first port is Tortola in Road Town. You can take an Ultimate Virgin Gorda and the Baths tour here, a shore excursion as Virgin call them, and take a safari-style bus tour to the baths here and see the volcano boulders as well, the rock pools and the grottos. Looks lovely. Next into Puerto Plata in the Dominican Republic, where you can go on an island rum tasting tour here. That sounds good to me. Learn about how they make rum, taste different brands, and you can also browse a collection of cigars as well while you're there, if that's your thing. A couple of days at sea, and we're in Charleston in South Carolina in the US. You can take a carriage tour here as well, and just enjoy a lovely history tour on a horse-drawn carriage through the historic streets. There are plantations there and lots more. Next down the coast to Newport on Rhode Island. This is a fascinating place as well. Really, really famed for its beaches. There are winery tours nearby and lots more. And then we finish this cruise in New York, New York. This is crazy, this offer, isn't it? We started off in San Juan in the Caribbean. We've come down the coast of America and here we are now in New York. So that's where we say ta-ra to Valiant Lady, but we're staying in New York because we've got 3 nights in a hotel here for you. There are millions and millions of different ideas I can give you in New York. And you know what? You could go to New York 100 times and do 100 different types of things. You could go there 1,000 times and never do the same thing twice. It's just an incredible city. It really is. And there are lots and lots of tours that you can book up and take part in. There are shows on Broadway. There's Times Square. There's all the iconic, landmarks like the Statue of Liberty, for instance. You choose what you want to do. You've got 3 nights there to do as you please before you then fly back to Sydney. What a holiday. I don't think I've ever seen a holiday that literally dots here, there and absolutely everywhere like this. So you've got, it's kind of like 2 holidays, isn't it? Because you've got the American coast in New York and you've got the Caribbean with a stay and a cruise. I mean, for me, it's brilliant. It's quirky, it's different, and it has Virgin Voyages written all over it. It really does. So if you fancy a holiday that is just so completely and utterly different, quirky and mixed up, flying first in March 2026 from Sydney over to San Juan in Puerto Rico for a 3-night hotel stay there. If you want longer, talk to the team. And then you join Virgin Voyages Valiant Lady for 9 nights of cruising to Tortola, the Dominican Republic, Charleston in the US, do the dance while you're there, Newport in Rhode Island, and ending in New York, where you'll have 3 nights in a hotel before you then fly back to Sydney. Deposits today will lock in. No way. No way. Is that right? I'm just going to be honest with you for a second. I have a screen in front of me which I'm looking at. It's in front of the camera. I don't know how that works, but it does. And it shows me the price just before I point there, and it comes up on your screen. So I get to see it about 2 seconds before you do. I honestly just don't know how we managed to put prices like this together. I mean, just the time in the Caribbean and the Caribbean cruise, that would blow that budget, right? Especially when the cruise has so much already included. That's crazy. Right, okay, well, let's look at upgrades then. If that's such a good starting price, let's look at upgrades for the cruise. Why not? Remember, the cruise is 9 out of the 17 nights there. You've already got all of your food, all of the dining, every one of the restaurants on board included in the price. You've got a soda and soft drinks package already included, Wi-Fi already included, gratuities already included, and more, things like group fitness classes already included while you're on your Virgin voyage. There's only one thing beyond that in terms of the cruise that you would be paying for, really, and that is if you want drinks, what you can do is lock in right now what they call a bar tab, which is in essence putting dollars behind the bar. It's as simple as that. Oh yeah, and the spa, if you want spa treatments or whatever. Other than that, you know what? So much is included in that cruise. I love this. I love the San Juan stay, and if you want that San Juan stay to be longer, fine, no problem, talk to the team, we'll price it up and make it happen. Same for New York as well. If 3 nights in New York at the end isn't enough and you want a week or 5 nights or whatever, or maybe from New York, here's an idea, like this isn't bonkers enough already, how about after your 3 nights in New York, how about taking a flight to Vegas? Cha-ching. How about having a few nights in Vegas or LA or somewhere else in America before you come back? I mean, at the moment, this holiday is 17 nights. I know you've got more than 17 nights available, so you could actually tag something else on to the end or the front of this. It's completely up to you. Here's the thing. This starts in San Juan in Puerto Rico, which is the Caribbean. So why not fly out to Barbados for a few nights there and then go from Barbados over to Puerto Rico? Sure, we can find a way of that happening. Anyway, listen, can't give you too many ideas in one show, can I? We are here every day, by the way, with fabulous holiday shows from our team here at CruiseAway. 10 o'clock in the morning, and then in the afternoon, 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock every single day. And if you want to watch shows anytime you like, just go to our YouTube channel, just search for CruiseAway Australia on YouTube. You'll find the full list of shows there and lots of tempting offers. And they really are tempting. And now is the best time ever to take advantage of both late deals and booking into the future as well. So do not delay. If you need a cruise and you need one badly, call our team or jump onto our website. And I'll see you back here again when we cruise away soon. Bye-bye.